The diorama sets are some of the best gimmick sets LEGO has ever made, so in today's video I'll be counting down some diorama sets I'd like to see in the future. It's fitting to start with the Phantom Menace, in particular the Trade Federation ambush from the beginning of the movie. If LEGO were to make this, I'd like to see it have a similar design to the one seen in the Skywalker saga, but a way to switch out the door for a normal one and one damaged by lightsabers. For minifigures, it would have to be young Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and 2 droidekas to recreate an iconic scene. Sticking with the Phantom Menace, it wouldn't be surprising if in the future LEGO made a set based on the final fight against Maul and Naboo. Of course, the main set would be the small area around the reactor shaft, but it would be interesting to somehow include the barriers that prevented Obi-Wan from saving Qui-Gon. Of course, the minifigures would have to be young Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon without their capes, and Darth Maul himself. They could even give Obi-Wan a yelling face print to recreate Qui-Gon's death, but maybe that's a bit too morbid for LEGO. Yoda vs Palpatine would make a great diorama set, recreating the duel in Palpatine's office, because let's be real, LEGO probably wouldn't be able to do the Senate fight justice. Minifigures included would have to be Yoda, Palpatine with his lightsaber, and 2 Imperial guards for Yoda's spawn camp, just like in the movie. Another iconic scene is of course Anakin vs Dooku from the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. The set could have the chair that Palpatine sat in with the window backdrop, and maybe the stairs leading out of the room, but I feel like that's pushing it a bit. Minifigures wise, you would of course need Anakin and Obi-Wan without the capes, Palpatine in his grey robes, and Count Dooku himself. If the stairs are included, 2 super battle droids would be a must addition. Considering we haven't gotten a sequel trilogy set in nearly 3 years, a Snoke's throne room diorama isn't the most likely set, but it would be cool to see. The throne itself would probably take up most of the set, with the iconic bright red background and having a clip to attach a lightsaber to reenact his death scene, which would be a neat touch. Minifigure wise, episode 8 Kylo, Rey, and Snoke would be a must, but LEGO could probably get away with sneaking in a Praetorian Guard or 2 as well. Just a heads up too, this next set idea contains pretty big spoilers for the Mandalorian Season 3 finale, so if you haven't watched the episode and don't want to get spoiled, skip to this timestamp on screen. What now could be one of the most iconic duels from the show is Din, Grogu, and Bo-Katan versus Moff Gideon. This set could either be the interior of the Imperial Mandalore base, or on the edge of the platform to recreate Moff Gideon's fiery end. The minifigures would be Din Djarin of course, preferably with the new Beskar printing for the helmet, Grogu, Moff Gideon in his Mandalorian armor with hopefully a new face print, since the one we got doesn't look anything like Giancarlo Esposito, and of course Bo-Katan with the new Darksaber design introduced this year for LEGO Star Wars. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we desperately need a new mold for the Darksaber, which would be nice since we are probably never going to see it again, unless LEGO decides to go back and remake sets, which is incredibly common for LEGO Star Wars. The most iconic scene from Rebels is arguably Ahsoka vs Vader, which would make for a great diorama set. The line designs of the Sith Temple might be hard to recreate in LEGO, but they could probably do it if they put in the effort. The design would be pretty basic, which is a reason for LEGO not doing this set as well, but then again, they literally made a set that was just a floor for Kenobi, so Minifigure wise, we'd need Rebels Ahsoka with her white lightsabers, which we haven't gotten LEGO yet, which is weird. And of course Darth Vader with a damaged helmet mold would be cool, but at the very least, adding the red lenses to his helmet like in the show would be cool, since I doubt LEGO would do the damage mold. You could also squeeze Ezra and Kanan with a Temple Guard helmet into this set, but it would probably just be Vader and Ahsoka. A set we surprisingly still haven't gotten yet is the Exegol throne room from The Rise of Skywalker, which would be perfect as a diorama set since it is the climax of the Skywalker saga. The set would be primarily rock greebling with the throne in the middle. Minifigure wise, we need episode 9 Rey, Ben Solo, and Palpatine in his episode 9 robes, which we also haven't gotten yet. Let the man have drip. Sticking with Palpatine again, his arrest would make a great diorama set, which could be his desk area to recreate his duel against Mace Windu, or alternatively, his death. For minifigures, we'd have to go with Mace Windu, Senator Palpatine, with possibly an alternative face print to show his deformed face after getting shocked by his own Force lightning. Of course, Anakin to recreate the scene where he falls to the dark side, becoming Vader. Yeah, the one diorama set that we will most likely see in the future is Anakin vs Obi-Wan on Mustafar, which could either be their fight over lava or alternatively the iconic high ground scene. Of course, the minifigures would be pretty simple with just Obi-Wan and Anakin with their burnt robes, and maybe they could fit in a burnt Anakin minifigure if the set is based on the high ground scene. Fingers crossed we get this for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Same for Palpatine's arrest. But with all that said though, that's just a couple of LEGO Star Wars diorama sets I'd personally like to see in the future. I might make a follow-up to this video in the future, but with all that said, let me know what diorama sets you would like to see in the future, and until next time, see ya.